Let's go ahead and unlock New Year, New Sword. Let the depression begin.
Y'all having a good time?
Oh, Noise is cute. Hello. Yo, what's up, Precursor? Welcome on in. How you doing tonight? Oh boy. Oh man, am I in for a rough time? Am I gonna cry? To bring in the new year, a small concert's being held in the outpost.
Yay!
Wait, I thought New Year, New Sword was old.
You're the coolest, Noise! Whoa.
This is the shorter of the events. Okay. All good. Can't wait for the new content. Hell yeah. I'm trying to catch up to everything so I can start getting into the new content. Imagine this part is a side story. Okay. You know what? I will trust you on it and we will just go into it. All the Nikkes from the various squads have gathered under one roof. The counters. Aegis. Made for you. Happy Zoo 777. Dude, she is so like Azure Lane coded. It's so funny. Even down to like the symbol on her clothes. ACPU. The Carronades. Even Unlimited.
How was the past year for everyone? You've all been battered by crushing waves and nearly been swept away by blustering snowstorms. Despite that, you all made it through. You've all been through a lot this year. So have I. I encountered all sorts of obstacles, but I overcame them, just like all of you. So, I'd like to thank the person who stuck with me the entire time. Through all the hardships and the rough patches. Producer.
Am I the producer? Noise descends from the stage and approaches me.
I want to thank you for helping me get through all the difficulties this past year.
Noise hands me a flower. Thank you.
This is for you. I hope you'll remain a part of my life in the coming year.
Noise is so cute. I love the color scheme of her hair. It's like the purple yellow with like hints of red is so good. Heck. After giving me a brief kiss on the cheek, Noise heads back up on the stage.
Noise? What are you? Let's keep the good vibes going, everyone. On to the next song.
Jealous?
You should go wash your face, Commander.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Pronto. I'll hold on to this flower for you. Actually, I can help you scrub your face if you want. How about I go with you?
Damn, why they all so jealous, bro? Noise just flexing in front of everyone. Real.
Do you need me to help as well, Master?
As the counters start to bicker amongst each other, I feel like we're starting to draw attention from the rest of the crowd. It's okay, I'll go alone. I beat a swift retreat before we draw any more unwanted attention. Ooh. In order to take a breather from the intensity of the concert, I decided to take a walk in the empty park before going back in. As I'm walking, I hear someone call out to me.
Leaving so soon? The concert is still going strong.
Oh, Scarlet. Oh, so I guess we've met Scarlet at this point. I'm not that far in the story, so...
'Tis a beautiful night. Have you been well, my lord?
Wait, this song's a banger. Never had her in the arc as far as story goes up to now. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I figured she's never been in the arc. I just didn't know we had met her in our journeys, which I'm sure we have. Again, I'm only on chapter 7, so once we're done with all this, we'll continue the main story. What are you doing here?
Tonight is the last night of the year, is it not? To drink alone would be such a waste. So I sneaked myself in hopes of enjoying a drink with thee. I heard the blithe tunes echoing through the streets and it captured me. So I stopped looking for thee but for a moment. For a while, I was drinking here while taking in the music.
In other words, you were drinking alone.
I suppose thou could frame it in such a way. Yes. But no matter. I live my life according to the vagaries of my heart, and wherever it may take me.
I love Scarlet. Sounds like a life of unencumbered.
I knew thou would understand. Forsooth, 'tis a life where freedom reigns.
I'm really happy that I play her in my deck. I finally built my Nikke Weiss Schwartz deck. And like the main combo, or not, I guess like one of the main cards in there is Modernia. Modernia First Affection. I guess after we like rescue her, no spoilers. But yeah, I like that Modernia and Marianne have cards in there too, as well as Scarlet and Alice. I was worried I wasn't gonna be able to play like Nikke's that I like. Commander, I suggest you run. The other Nikke's found out about Noise kissing you, and they're riled up about it. They don't want to be bested by her, and they're out to find you. And your cheek. Modernia is the most popular Nikke until Red Hood came out. I mean, that makes sense. I have to get a deck or box those cards even just for collection purposes. It's, they're not hard to get a hold of. You can definitely get a hold of a deck or a box. If you don't have any stores around you that carry it, you can always go to tcgplayer.com and order through there. People are going to be opening up a lot of products to try and get the high rarity cards for this set, especially with Nikke. So if there's like, oh, not living in US, that changes things. Yeah, I don't know, because I know things are weird right now with shipping and all that. I hope you can get some, though. Hopefully wherever you are, you can get some. I know some places ship internationally, but international shipping is always a pain in the ass. Anise is particularly up. Commander, where are you? Are you at the outpost? Anise? Quick, Commander, you've got to run before they catch you. If anyone lays a finger on you, I will kill them myself.
What news? It would appear my lord doth capture the heart of many a fair maiden. You seem to be in quite a bind.
Oh, well, a little bit, yes.
Looks to me that thou require a place of refuge. How about it? Would thou be partial to viewing the sunrise with me?
Why the sunrise?
Many people bring in the new year by watching the sunrise.
Okay, where should we go?
Where else would you go? To see a real sunrise. The surface.
Interesting. Wait, so we were in the outpost right now, right? Is the outpost not on the surface?
Position okay.
Or maybe I misunderstood where we were.
Reloading. Cover me. All this modern technology, do you I have to do some quick maintenance.
Let me see. Am I doing it right?
Outpost is halfway between surface and arc. Okay. For some reason, I always just thought the outpost was on the surface.
This battle's finished.
But I guess that makes
Moving
sense. I guess that would make sense. It is not on the surface. Carefully staying outside of the other Nikkes roaming the outpost, Scarlet and I make our way to the lift. Wah.
Thine cheeks remain unsullied further, at least for now.
Oh, what are you saying, Scarlet? Thank you for your help.
Pray tell, what is that in your hand?
I raised a flower that Noise gave to me. Oh, this? Someone gave it to me as a present.
Is that a rose? Verily, it does not seem to be genuine, but rather artificial.
I believe so, yes.
It has been many a moon since I laid my eyes on such an object. No matter how extensive my wanderings on the surface, I have never found a rose. I was on the verge of giving up. Yet here it has appeared in my life.
Do you like roses?
Not particularly, but my sister had an affinity for them.
Is this event gonna teach us about her sister? Because I've been interested about her ever since she was talking about getting the sword from her. You had a sister?
Yes, I did. Have I never told you this?
No, apparently not.
It was a very long time ago.
Ah, I see. the emote says it all. Gotcha. I'm sorry.
There is nothing to be sorry for. As I said, it was a long time ago. Time heals all wounds and washes away all sadness. We have arrived. I shall take you to a place where the view of the sunrise is unparalleled. From here, all we must do is proceed straight for 2 hours.
For 2 hours? Oh my god. Yeah, this is my reaction exactly.
Do not be discomposed, my lord. The more difficult the journey, the greater the rewards.
Whoosh. Scarlet closes her eyes and feels the bitterly cold breeze brush up against her face.
The winds are bitingly cold this time of year. Yes, it was around this time, just before the new year.
What are you referring to?
Nothing. I'm merely recalling some things that happened long ago. Have you ever heard of the Melee Squad?
Oh. They got Smash Bros. Melee in this game? Holy shit. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
Judging from the look on your face, I would say it is the first time you have heard of it. I suppose that is possible. From what I've seen in the Ark, they don't seem to produce Nikkes for the Melee Squad anymore. I suppose in a way, that's a small success.
Were you part of this squad by any chance? Wait, you know, never mind. I'm about to, I keep wanting to ask questions such as, did they used to produce Nikkes only for Melee? But I'm pretty sure if I just shut up and play through the story, my questions will be answered.
That I was. I suppose my sword is a fairly obvious clue, is it not?
Thought you said you had a mind switch and didn't remember anything.
To be precise, I lost a majority of my memories. Not all of them.
But the answers are being withheld by the event mid-parts.
Even though I had to endure multiple mind switches,
She had to do multiple mind switches? Damn.
there are still certain memories which can never be forgotten.
What kind of memories do you still remember?
Would thee care for me to regale you with the tale?
We got 2 hours of walking to do. Gotta do something. I'm dying to know.
I do appreciate your candor. This will do just fine. Our walk will be long. That would not be so bad an idea to reminisce. Where shall I begin this tale? All right, I shall start from there. A long, long time ago, in the days when the first raptures had invaded, there lived 2 sisters who had become Nikkes.
It's been a hot minute since we've sparred, hasn't it?
Rose? Why are they giving, oh my god. They're giving, Sky Striker vibes. Because there's like the 2, there's Rose and, what the fuck's the other one name? Sky Striker, Rose, and what's the other one? There's Rose as like the red and black, and then what is the main girl's name? I forget. They give like Sky Striker vibes though, because like they use the swords too. Yeah, Rose and Ray. That's like the vibes I'm getting right now, just from like this one like little intro thing right here. Oh. Oh. Eh? Interesting. So this is like, okay. All right.
I believe this makes 985, doesn't it?
So that's how Scarlet used to look. And she was kind of cool. Although I really do like Scarlet's current look also.
Do not treat this so flippantly. It deserves to be taken seriously.
Yeah, I got it. I'll be serious.
Scarlet and Rose point their swords at each other.
Have at you.
Bring it.
Both of them are unique variants of mass-produced Nikkes, created to be used in close combat, of which only 10 were manufactured. Interesting. That's cool. I like the concept of close combat Nikkes.
Hey, Rabbity! Let's have some fun! Not like this!
I should start preparing for the next class.
Swing. The tip of Rose's sword gently presses against Scarlet's throat.
Very well. I concede defeat.
Things could have really gone south for me. For a moment, my sword was starting to feel heavy back there.
I like their little like halo things they have going on. They look like they're like you know how some shops have like those little fan things that spin really fast and make an image. Like that's what it reminds me of. Mass produced but only 10 available. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I think they're just like, I don't know, maybe they were all like the same, like they're all just made the same. The LED fans, yeah, exactly. That's what they remind me of, the LED fans.
I better stay on my toes, or else I may really lose next time.
Don't lie. You won without lifting a finger.
Hardly. It wasn't easy at all. Now, let's see. That makes 976 wins and 9 draws.
Don't try and fudge the numbers. It's 975 wins and 10 draws.
I really like this Scarlet. I really like her outfit, her whole get up.
You got me. Think about it, though. I'm your older sister. Doesn't it stand to reason that I'd be better with a sword? You're better than me with just about everything else. Cleaning, cooking, and generally being organized.
You and I are Nikkes. Not only that, but models specifically designed to utilize swords.
Did it change the design of the other ones? There's some plagiarism accusations. What were they accused of plagiarizing?
Would not mastery of such a weapon be of paramount importance?
Do you think so? I truly believe there will come a day when you'll best me. No flower blooms in perpetuity. And nothing lasts forever.
An artist made similar outfits. I see. I mean, maybe they were true, maybe they weren't. At least they changed them, though, I guess.
There will come a day when you beat me.
Sometimes plagiarism accusations have like some weight to them, and then sometimes I'm just like, the person accusing is just like crazy, which happened recently. A VTuber accused Cardfight Vanguard of ripping off their design, but then like the design that they use has been like within like that nation or that clan back in the day has just been a design since like forever. Because before like that person was even a VTuber. So I'm like, dude, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Some Brando resin model kits did some swordman models strikingly similar. Oh, I mean, it's like a pretty standard design, so I could see that happening, right? It's a pretty typical red black like female swords person design, so I could definitely see it being like a thing.
It's just not now. That's all.
I will whip that insouciance out of you if it's the last thing I do.
Looking forward to what you've got in store for me.
Same thing I said, just standardized design. Yeah. There's nothing like super crazy on either of these outfits that makes them like super unique. There's probably like 100, not really 100, but there's probably a bunch of like female characters, same color scheme and style that exist.
A broadcast?
This is a special announcement to all special type mass-produced belonging to Unit A within this sector. All close combat Nikkes assemble in the training ground. We repeat.
Why would they want us to gather there?
'Tis hard to say. Let's head over.
Is that everyone?
Yes.
Wait, I wanted to see the other ones, but they scrolled past them too fast.
Okay then. Do I really have to do this? Why me of all people? It's not like doing this is gonna make them become another goddess squad.
Oh, there was a goddess squad before the goddess squad?
They gave that mercenary Grimm's models. So how come I...
Oh, is this guy supposed to be our commander? But he's just a little bitch. The same goddess? Oh, okay. I will let the story play out and quit asking questions about that then.
Pray tell, are we going to stand there in perpetuity?
Huh? Oh, you said everyone's here, right?
Yes.
Due to your stellar test results, you are all being deployed as melee squad. All 10 of you who have been specially designed for close quarters combat will undertake infiltration and reclamation missions. And this will all be done under my command.
Okay, yeah, so this guy's supposed to be the commander.
A human will be accompanying us.
So we're being assigned, what was it called again? Commander? Like the goddess squad?
Yes. We'll be following the same model as the goddess squad. Going forward, all squads will be assigned commanders, regardless of stature.
Okay, so they used to not give everyone a commander. Interesting.
To make such sweeping policy changes, It would seem the accomplishments of the goddess squad are greater than I initially thought.
Damn, it's crazy to find out that like the goddess squad have been legends this entire time and they still got shafted the way they did. That's insane.
Any more questions? By the way, Rose,
Yes?
since you had the highest score in the final test, you will be the squad leader.
Story be sad. Yeah, that was part of why I wanted to start playing this game, was because I heard the story was like really good and really sad.
Ah, so whoever got the highest score gets to be the leader. I didn't expect that.
Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. That covers just about everything. So return to your positions. We'll be proceeding to the coordinates designated by our mission tomorrow morning. Make sure you're properly equipped.
The United Forces of Humanity officer leaves hurriedly.
Finally, a real mission. An opportunity to take down a real rapture with my own hands.
I wanted to see what the rest of the people in the squad looked like. Hopefully we get to see them at some point.
Engaging the enemy.
Reloading.
Like this. Give me a few minutes and I'll be right back.
I think the concept of like an all melee squad is so sick. I love using like melee in like games that have
I should
guns,
start preparing for the next class.
especially when you can do like a bunch of like aerobatics, right? I don't know what the word I'm looking for. When you can like dodge and slide and do crazy stuff, and I don't know. I just think like melee versus gun is such a cool concept when done right. The day of the mission. Okay, so the rest are literally just like mass produced, no face. Gotcha. An oppressive silence fills the transport vehicle as it heads towards the target area.
Scarlet,
What?
how come you're so quiet? Are you nervous since it's our first mission?
No. I'm merely excited about having the chance to cut down a rapture.
I see. If you say so. Scarlet, you've heard of Lieutenant Lilyweiss, haven't you?
I haven't been living under a rock, so yes, I do know of her. She is the first and also the strongest warrior there ever was. The one who heralded the existence of Nikkes to all of humanity.
Oh, she has quite a legacy. Yo, what's up, Ephraim? Red Women? Yeah, we're learning about the Melee Squad. We're getting some history, some more backstory. We're learning about the now defunct, well, is defunct the right word? I think they're all fucking dead besides one of them who had a couple of mind switches. I guess that counts as defunct. Melee Squad.
Yes.
How you doing tonight, F?
She is pretty cool. So pretty. And also so strong.
Real. We love pretty strong ladies.
A few days ago, some of the girls in Team B told me that she was able to tear apart raptures with her bare hands.
Is this gonna be on the exam? Yeah, after we play through all of the prologue stuff, I'm gonna quiz you on it. So take notes.
What? Without any other type of weapon?
Nope, none at all. Wherever she goes, it's just a flurry of disembodied rapture parts flying through the air.
I suppose it was her exemplary display that made the United Forces of Humanity.
Dude, hell yeah. I am also polishing off of Monster Energy. I ate too much fettuccine alfredo and chicken, and I laid down and almost passed out, and I was like, I should probably drink a Monster or I'm gonna fall asleep and miss stream.
Choose not to discard the close combat program.
Oh, wait, hold up. Her display that made them... Okay, so thanks to Lilyweiss, they did not discard the close combat. Ooh. Interesting.
That's why they decided to create mass-produced Nikkes like us, who were specially made for melee combat.
Interesting. Okay.
That's what I was thinking too.
So they have like an even deeper connection with Lily Weiss.
But I'm sure even she was nervous on her first mission.
How would you know that?
Just a hunch. She would have been facing something she'd never been up against before. And there were many things precious to her that she had to protect.
If thine own strength is so formidable, then surely there is no need for apprehension.
You think so? She was a human just like us before becoming a Nikke. So I'm willing to bet she was just as nervous as we are now. It's normal to be a bit jittery when you're doing something for the first time.
Are you nervous too?
Of course. It's not like I've ever gone toe-to-toe with a rapture before. This is all new to me, so yeah, I'm nervous. A little scared even. But I know that those emotions are all temporary.
I was trying to think of like what they remind me of. They kind of remind me of oh, dude, I can't think of the proper name. Sakura in Heaven's Feel. When she oh, what the fuck is the term for it? I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Because nothing in this world lasts forever. All this tension and anxiety.
I think it's like these red strips behind here, like these. That make it's like the red strips that remind me of when she like. Oh, dude, what is the? I can't remember the plot. I can't remember the words. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. Sakura at the end of Heaven's Feel. At the end of Heaven's Feel, was she going crazy and stuff? The hair tentacle things. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't have the words, but y'all get the vision. Fate's sad too. I love Fate. Fate was like one of my favorite. Well, I guess it still like is one of my favorite franchises.
Will fade into nothing with time. As we get used to this sort of thing.
Plonk. The military vehicle screeches to a stop.
Looks like we've arrived.
We've arrived at the target point. Everyone move to your positions.
Roger. Now then. Guess it's time for us to head out.
Hell yeah, let's go kill some raptors, brother. Thump, 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 thump.
We've successfully infiltrated the building and confirmed the target. I've got a visual on 20 ground-type raptures.
It's so cool that they're like infiltrate and assassinate type Nikkes.
If we descend from the building, we'll make contact with the group of raptures.
Then get in there and defeat them.
This commander sucks, bro.
Roger.
The resounding thud of footsteps echoes out along with great vibrations of the earth. Before them stand the cold, piercing gaze of an emotionless killing machine. Those commanders are evil. Honestly, I'd believe it. That sets a good premise for us being like different. It is far more massive and threatening than anything any of them have seen in the simulations. Everyone holds their breath in terror. No one dares take the plunge into the rapture layer. Crappy Bond story kind of shows some of that. I need to start watching their Bond stories because I've got some of them up. I've got some of them unlocked.
You're telling me they want us to jump down there and start hacking away? With just swords instead of proper firearms?
The panic-stricken voice of one of the Nikkes rings out. filling everyone else with ever-increasing dread. The atmosphere is uneasy, restless, tense. Scarlet feels like her feet are being weighed down with concrete blocks.
Really? Personally, I think a sword is preferable to a gun in this situation.
Yeah, hell yeah, Rose.
With a gun, you fire a bullet, and that's all there is to it. But for us, even if our swing isn't true, we'll still do some damage.
Rose stands up.
Rose?
Also, a sword is way cooler than a gun anyway, wouldn't you say?
Real. She's so real for that. Rose leaps down into the midst of the Rapture horde.
Rose?
Swish, swoosh. As she plummets towards the ground, she begins swinging her sword at the Raptures. In the blink of an eye, several Raptures collapse to the ground.
They're not much of a challenge. Scarlet, don't tell me these things have got you nervous. If you can't cut up this cannon fodder, how do you ever expect to defeat me?
Who are you calling nervous?
Scarlet stands up and leaps towards the Raptures, to which Rose is currently laying waste. The blade cleaves through the Raptures like a hot knife through butter. Their movements are repetitive, just like those she saw in the simulations. Their gaze, the positions of their cores. Scarlet is able to act almost instinctively as she works her way through the horde. Without thinking, she knows exactly where to strike the enemy. Now, how to neutralize them entirely.
Yeah.
She can do it. She can cut them. No longer do the Raptures seem so frightening. Scarlet's blade bisects the Rapture's core.
Phew. 'Twas but a bagatelle.
Right.
These raptures cleave just as well as anything else we have encountered. Don't be afraid, everyone, and come. Before I claim all your shares.
Whether or not this sonorous war cry reached her comrades, Scarlet does not recall. However, what she does remember is how everyone shook themselves free from the fetters of fear which held them, and together ventured forth, and swung their swords through endless raptures. And so it came to pass that her first mission, for which there had been decidedly low expectations, became a resounding success, with an unprecedented absence of casualties on their end. Hell yeah. That's my GOAT melee squad.
Time I teach all of you a lesson.
Not like this. You already seem so obsolete.
I don't know why my tongue sticks out whenever I'm drinking my monster. Ugh. Does it when you cough too? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because I'm opening my mouth when I cough. But the monster, I don't know why it does it with the monster. Ugh. In the days and weeks that followed, the melee squad was deployed on countless missions. The Rapture core shattered to pieces.
All nearby raptures eliminated.
All right, I'll make the report. Reporting in. We have eliminated all the raptures previously occupying this station, and have recaptured the 29th base of the United Forces of Humanity.
Their bodies had been designed to be more nimble than that of other mass-produced Nikkes, allowing them to infiltrate and recapture key facilities which had fallen under Rapture control.
Ew, check that out. Disgusting. Is that really a machine?
Hark! Perchance thou could spend less time pontificating and more time slicing?
Patience, my dear sister. I assure you that whatever needs killing will meet its rightful end.
Rose swings her sword, bisecting the rapture.
In order to truly excel at the art of cutting, one must have a calm mind.
Similar to other Nikkes, they witnessed a succession of successful missions, defeating numerous rapture hordes. Along with numerous accomplishments, however, there were also sacrifices. Scarlet gazes at her fallen comrade lying on the ground.
I don't think she'll make it. She sustained cranial damage. She is beyond saving.
I see. I will request a coffin for her to be transported back to the base.
Very well.
Their many accomplishments also brought forth an equal amount of positive changes.
So our squad is officially being instituted?
Correct. It's surprising, honestly.
What benefits shall we receive from formally becoming a squad?
We'll be able to manage our squad more sustainably. And we'll also be able to request official support from other squads.
So, I really want to start asking questions, but I know I just need to play through the stories. I'm just, at this point, does the Ark exist and has Scarlet been inside the Ark? That's it. I'm only going to ask those 2 questions. I'm not going to ask the other 5 follow-up questions. At this point, I know they're working on sealing it off during Overzone. At this point, is the Ark a thing and has Scarlet been there? During this story, not during like the main story or anything else. Remember Overzone, the Ark was just built? Yeah, I know they were just sealing it off in Overzone. I didn't know if it had already kind of existed. But that pretty much does answer my question. It sounds like the Ark did not exist yet.
None of these things seem particularly noteworthy to me.
Ark should be in construction. It's about 5 years before. Okay, cool. That answers my question then.
What do you mean? We're making a name for ourselves. Practically speaking, the quality and quantity of our equipment will no doubt increase.
That is more to my liking.
Speaking of which, when are our additional supplies meant to come in?
Damn it. What are the higher-ups thinking?
Commander?
Huh? Did you say something?
Yes.
I told you, don't call me Commander.
Why is this dude such a little bitch, bro?
Refer to me by my actual rank.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Look, she's so nice. How can you be mean to her? Look at that face. How can you talk to her like that?
I was asking when our additional supplies were due to arrive. They've been delayed for a week now.
Real. This guy is definitely a little biatch.
What do you expect? Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. So you can hardly be surprised at the fact our supplies are slow to show up.
Ah, I see.
So you all need to bust your asses, you hear me? That way, we'll make a name for ourselves and receive supplies without any issues.
Very well. I will do that.
As the missions become increasingly more difficult, so did the bonds between the Nikkes and the squad become closer.
Let's see. It's getting late. The sun is starting to set. I'm not so sure if heading back to the base is a good idea.
What say ye about yonder building?
Scarlet points to a partially collapsed building. Also, I like that Scarlet has always just talked this way.
I think 'twould make a most sufficient dwelling for the evening.
Sounds good to me. We can camp out here for the night.
Ba-da-da-da, bow, bow, now, 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 now.
Okay.
It sucks playing this because I already know that something bad is gonna happen to her sister.
Oh no!
So I'm just like sitting here waiting and just like thinking, like everything they do, I'm like, is this it?
Right back into
Is this a mistake that gets her killed? Or even worse, corrupted? Shit, she might show up as one of the things later. I don't know. I don't know what happens to her. All I know is something bad happens. Like everything they do, I'm like, I hope this isn't the bad thing that happens. Scarlet sits near the window, keeping watch. Occasionally, she glances back at the others who are laughing and chatting amongst themselves.
It's peaceful out here.
It's nice, isn't it? This sense of peace.
Right, you don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know yet. That's what we're here to find out.
It's too peaceful. I worry that the others have forgotten that we are on a mission.
Relax. Everyone's been running themselves ragged as of late. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a moment of peace and quiet.
Nevertheless, we must remain vigilant.
I know that. I know how much you care about us. You're scared that if we let down our guard, we'll get hurt. Don't worry. So long as you're on guard, we'll be just fine. Besides, even though everyone may look like they're carousing about casually, they all still have their swords on them. So cut them a little slack. This is a rare opportunity for us to properly relax.
Very well.
With that being said, I got you a little something for being such a hard little worker while everyone else is having fun. Ta-da!
Rose produces 2 small cups from her pouch.
Where did you get those?
Oh, hello, B. Her hair's pretty. Yeah, I like their designs a lot. I'm very torn because Scarlet's old design and Scarlet's new design are like polar opposites, but I really love both of them. I think I might like her new design better though.
They came with the last shipment of supplies.
You like the Rose one? Yeah, I like hers too. She has a lot of hair, and I always think it's cool when they give like a melee person a lot of hair. Scarlet lifts up a bottle of alcohol.
I thought we could have a little drink together.
Alcohol? Hath thine mind gone to ruin?
Is that why you have a lot of hair? Yeah. So that when I melee people with my big sword, my hair flows around elegantly.
Drinking during a mission?
Why not? Just one little drink. You really think one drink is gonna get us drunk?
No, but...
Don't be such a sourpuss. Come on.
During my Christian mission and alcohol? I can't believe they're drinking on the job. OSHA will hear about this. Rose fills a glass and hands it to Scarlet. After some hesitation, Scarlet grabs the glass.
Bottoms up. That smells nice. Is that rosé?
Did Scarlet get Rosé confused with Rose, and that's why she said her sister had an affinity for roses?
What's wrong? Doesn't agree with you?
bitter.
Huh?
I said it's bitter. How could you enjoy such a vile concoction?
I thought it was fine.
I refuse to drink any more of this wicked brew.
Oh, Scarlet.
Suit yourself. More for me. Say, did we ever drink together when we were human?
Not sure. All I recall is that we were sisters.
But mind switches due to your alcohol affinity? I was about to say, she's like always hitting the bottle now.
It's interesting, isn't it? How do you fear that's the only thing that we both remember? From what I've observed, unless you're a Grimm's model, you either have no memories at all, or you remember everything.
I suppose it was a particularly indelible memory for both of us. Perhaps I convinced myself to never forget my sister, even in death.
Really? We got along so well that we never forgot each other. Or we
I
got on
love
each other's
them.
nerves so
Awooga.
much that we couldn't forget.
Hello, Peach. Yeah, they are very pretty. This game is full of very pretty ladies. Nikke the pretty lady gacha.
Either way is fine, I suppose.
Rose finishes the rest of her glass and then lies down on the ground. It definitely sounded like she collapsed to the ground, but
Follow the wind, follow the clouds, follow your heart. That is the life I wish to lead.
Where's that from?
hi, how you doing, Peach?
Nowhere. Consider it my plans for the future.
I love pretty ladies, same. That's why we play pretty lady gacha.
Not the most poetic of plans.
When I asked everyone what they would do when the war ended,
Oh, baby girl, it's so sweet that y'all are talking about what you're gonna do when this war ends. Got some bad news for you.
one person said she would lie in bed for a week.
Real. That would be me.
Another said she would boil an entire pot of soup and gulp it all down.
I feel like she could definitely do that right now. I don't know what's stopping her from boiling a pot of soup and gulping it down.
Someone else said she would take the time to read all the comics that she wanted. Oh, right. There was another one that stuck out to me.
My tummy hurts. Pray to the pretty ladies. For real. I think Rose could fix you and your tummy problems.
Someone wanted our squad to become really famous and go on a mission together with the Goddess Squad.
I feel like that's gonna happen and it's gonna be bad.
What foolhardy dreams!
In this day and age, a lot of people share that same aspiration.
I don't know, it's just crazy to me to get so much more backstory about how well respected and revered the Goddess Squad is, just to know what happens to them at the end of Overzone.
Since everything else seems so far away and unattainable now. Dreaming of joining the Goddess Squad is the next best thing. What about you, Scarlet?
What about me?
What do you want to do?
Well, I wish to spar with you without any armor.
That's okay.
Huh? Spar with me without any armor? That's your great dream for the future?
She knows what she wants. Hate the arc, save the waifu's real. We're anti-arc around these parts.
If you ask me, I think that's the silliest dream of them all.
I suppose I realize how silly it sounds now.
You see, that's what happens when all other dreams seem out of reach.
Nikke's swordplay. I don't think that's quite what she was going for, but yeah. You're right. A gentle breeze blows through the night air. Behind them, the laughter of their squad mates can be heard.
This is nice. Next time, let's invite them to drink together with us.
What is this sudden obsession with spirits?
It's nice sharing a drink with others. I just want to share this feeling with everyone else. Oh, I've got it. How about we enjoy a drink while watching the sunrise on New Year's Eve?
Gotta have a feeling that she's not gonna make it to New Year's Eve.
Consider it a team-building exercise. It could also act as a nice reward to everyone for how hard they've been working this past year.
Do as you please.
That lack of faith. I'm just saying, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I spotted some good alcohol in the supply box. It'll taste even better after it's aged a few more months.
If anything, it would probably turn bitter.
That night, all the Nikkes reminisced about their past, created new memories that would last, and laughed together. All the while, they dreamt of a bright and better future that would never come. That's ominous foreshadowing. Anyways, after walking for about 2 hours, we arrived at a clearing on a hill.
Here we are. This is the place which shall grant us unsurpassed views of the sunrise.
So this is current day Scarlet. And as you can see, she's like the complete opposite of old Scarlet, but I still absolutely love this current design. I think I actually like this current design more. Right here?
Yes, there is no better place to take in the sunrise with a drink in hand.
Scarlet's very rose now. True. Scarlet sits down on a large flat rock nearby.
Such nice and cool weather we're having. Come, sit here, my lord. You must be tired from all the walking.
I suppose I am. I walk over to Scarlet and sit next to her on the rock.
I have already dispatched any potential foes that would disrupt us. All we have to do now is to wait for the sun to come up and look forward to the new year.
Scarlet takes something out of her bag.
Ta-da!
Wow. Scarlet places a bottle of sake and 2 sake cups on the rock. When did you decide to bring these?
'Twas part of the plan from the start. If I did not chance upon thee, I intended to come here by myself.
Then why 2 glasses?
Well, whether I drink with 1 or 2 glasses, it makes a little difference.
Scarlet pours some sake into the sake cups. So you all continued to have a hot streak?
Pardon?
You're not done with your story, are you?
Oh, that. What makes you think our fortune turned sour?
If things had continued to go well, the melee squad would still be around. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
No. I should finish the story since I brought it up. Continued success. Is such a thing even possible? You were right. With the way this world works, such a thing was impossible. Because life is not that simple. Get a hold of yourself. Dost thou even realize what ye are slashing at? I hate everything. Die. I hate everything. Die. Everything.
Ooh, I'm curious. I wonder if at this point they've dealt with corrupted Nikkes, or if we're going to get the first like instances of corrupted Nikkes and they're not going to know what they are just yet.
Scarlet.
Rose shakes her head.
I'm so sorry.
On numerous occasions, Rose and Scarlet had to cut down their own comrades who had suffered a mind switch.
Bomb installation complete.
Bombs have been installed at all key points. We've got 3 minutes until this building comes tumbling down.
Yo, what's up, Ark? Enjoying the event story? Yes. I think we're starting to journey into the darker side of it now, so I'm preparing myself for the emotional damage. How you doing tonight, though?
Everyone, get out.
Scarlet turns around, and as she takes a step, blank. As if one of her screws has come undone. One of her legs refuses to move.
Aw.
Scarlet, what are you doing? We need to get a move on.
You go first.
What are you talking about?
One of my legs isn't cooperating. You go ahead.
A body malfunction at a time like this.
One of the raptors aims its gun barrel at the group.
I thought we had gotten them all.
Everyone, take cover!
Rose grabs Scarlet and rushes forward. The building collapses.
Is everyone okay?
Rose frantically looks around her. This mission consisted of 8 personnel. As for how many remained,
7.
the combined setback of hardware malfunctions and the unexpected raptor attack resulted in the death of their squad mates. Scarlet opens the door to the infirmary and comes out.
How is she doing?
Rose shakes her head.
Again?
Her body was completely torn apart. The impact was so great that her brainwaves aren't registering as strongly as they should. Even if she does make it, the chance of her experiencing a mind switch is high. In all likelihood, however, her brain activity will cease entirely before that even happens. We'll miss the window to restore her body.
I see.
How's your leg?
Fine. It was just a minor tremor, so I was able to repair it myself.
You know things are getting dire when you have to resort to self-surgery.
Ugh. Every time we go on a mission, someone dies or gets hurt.
Our bodies weren't made to be as durable as the other Nikkes.
That's crazy. They're literally close combat Nikkes. Why would you not make them to be more durable than the other Nikkes? I don't know. Is that a crazy take?
So even a single hit can put us down for the count.
I guess they're meant to be agile. Maybe that's why.
Plus, since we fight with the enemy up close and personal, we're more susceptible to suffering a mind switch. We are still a variant of the mass-produced model.
Yeah, higher defense, less mobility. No, yeah, that makes sense. I thought about it for a second after I said that.
A prototype, slightly altered for melee combat.
They got that glass cannon build.
We're therefore likely to experience more defects, and thus require more frequent maintenance. Meanwhile, we don't have enough supplies stockpiled to even get us through tomorrow.
So now there's 6 of us.
Yeah. But that's assuming we get the supply shipment. Everyone has gotten far too battered up during the last mission. And we've been starving for too long. We're fast approaching our limit.
Is there still no word on the shipment?
None.
The lieutenant simply keeps beating the drum about having to complete the mission.
Precisely.
This can't go on. I cannot sit by and watch everyone drop like flies.
I'll talk to the lieutenant again. Once he realizes the gravity of the situation, I'm sure he'll be more sympathetic to our plight.
I'll go with you.
Are you sure?
2 is better than 1, is it not? If we cause enough of a fuss, even that indolent human will be forced to do something about it.
I knew I could count on you.
Yeah, let's go beat him up.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's try and talk some sense into this guy.
Let's try and beat some sense into this guy. Hell yeah, brother.
Position okay.
A lot of these chapters are like so long, or not so long. Well, yeah, I guess so long that I forget there's even like a combat section.
Time for class. begin.
Oh, I just popped my back.
Everyone will have a blast in Wonderland.
Oh, bro, I gotta get a new chair. My gamer chair broke. So now I'm gonna get like an office chair, I think. Gamer chairs are a ripoff.
I should start preparing for the next class.
Position okay. Starting right away.
I think once we complete chapter 11, we get Alice for free.
Give me a few minutes and I'll be right back into it.
It's like right now it's just like the rental Alice from the thing. But I think on the Alice pass we get her after we beat 11.
Oh,
That's a look again.
Lieutenant, is there still no word on the supply shipment?
Huh? What was that? Supplies? Not yet. No.
No? Dost thou not think you are being excessively flippant about all this? Dost thou realize? The state our squad is in? Our numbers have dwindled. From 10 down to 6.
Oh, 6.
I ask you, how do you think those who remain are feeling? 2 of them have sustained serious damage to their arms, and another 2 have broken swords. We are quickly approaching our limit.
I know that.
Scarlet slams her fist on the desk.
If that is true, then why are you sitting here doing nothing? Are thou not the commander of our squad? Get up and do something! Even if you are not on the field, surely thou could make thine self useful working behind the scenes. For someone in your position, that is the least you could do.
Yeah, get his ass, Scarlet.
Calm down, Scarlet. He's still our superior officer.
Nah, let her cook. Let her cook. Scarlet steps back.
You scared me. I understand where you're coming from. However, getting into a huff won't change anything about our situation. As for the supplies, it's because everything is in shambles out there. We'll just have to hold out a little longer.
You say that, yet the other squad that we met previously seemed to be receiving perfectly adequate supply shipments. It's highly unusual for a squad of our stature to be deprived of supplies. Wouldn't you say?
What? It's probably because the other squads have accomplished more than us. That must be it. We haven't given the higher-ups what they want, and that's why we're not getting any support.
Results? Please.
What drivel!
At any rate, we've been assigned a new mission.
Another assignment?
Oh, they are all half dead. We cannot do another mission.
Once we complete this, our designation as an official squad will finally come through.
I thought we were already an official squad.
Then we'll be able to have an official squad name. We'll receive just as much support as all the other squads. Probably.
Do you expect us to believe that?
We don't have much of a choice. This is war.
Experimental squad? Yeah, I thought they had already reached the point of being an official squad because they were doing so well. But I guess not.
You'll do it, won't you? You have to. If you want the support you feel you deserve, you have to do it. So let's get the show on the road and show them what we're made of. Okay?
Fine. I'll notify the others.
Good.
Let's go, Scarlet.
Very well.
I'm so worried like her and Scarlet are going to go off on the mission alone to spare the others. Rose and Scarlet approach the door.
Rose,
Yes?
may I talk to you for a moment?
Alone?
Yes, just you.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Scarlet heads outside on her own. I want to know what was said. Hello?
Enemy aircraft confirmed.
I like how this event started out super lighthearted. We were watching Noise perform and she gave us a little kiss on the cheek and all the other Nikkes were jealous. And now we're getting the tragic backstory of Scarlet's sister. Is that how all Nikke events are? Do they start off lighthearted and then just take like a quick like turn into like sadness and
I should start
darkness?
preparing for the next class.
Did thou just say what I think you
Overzone
said?
was never light. That's true. Yeah, you're right.
A rebellion? Are you truly positing the notion that we rebel?
Yes, you heard me right. Support isn't coming. There's no way around that. If things don't change, we're all done for. We need to do whatever is necessary to get those supplies sent here. Even if it means intimidating our lazy oaf of a lieutenant.
I want to know what was said to her in private.
Dost thou hear what thou art even saying?
I'm right here. You don't have to shout.
What did the lieutenant tell you? What could he have told you that...
Nothing. He was merely rattling off a list of complaints. Like always.
Then why in the name of all that is holy have you come to such an extreme conclusion? There must be a reason.
Why do you think? The lieutenant has no intention of hearing us out. And HQ seems completely unaware of how dire our situation is. I'm merely suggesting that we don't make things so easy for them. If we make some noise, they might at least give us something.
So you're proposing that we threaten a human being? You intend to take the sword, which was given to us to slay raptures, and wield it against a human? How can thee, as a Nikke, utter such profane words?
Yes. That's exactly what I'm proposing. Because if we don't, we're going to die out here.
But...
I see the vision.
Did you get a glimpse at the mission briefing?
I saw. We're to recapture the 5th Arms Depot.
It's a suicide mission. Far more difficult than anything we've done previously. And that's with our ranks nearly cut in half. Not only that, but we're supposed to roll out at first dawn tomorrow. We're not even close to being prepared for such an operation. If we head out in our current state, we all are likely to be exterminated.
Be that as it may, how can we stoop so low as to threaten a human? Is that even possible in the first place?
There must be some way we can get it to work.
Do not speak of it so casually as if it were a lark.
Is that how you see it? This is no joking matter to me. I'm quite serious.
Rose?
I've already run it by the others. 2 agreed to it, and 2 opposed. If you oppose, it'll be a split down the middle.
So everyone has already made up their minds?
Yes. And now it's up to you to do the same. What do you want to do? I presume you oppose?
Yes, I oppose.
So you're suggesting that we accept this suicide mission, which will surely ruin us?
Since when were we so afraid of death? We have always put our lives on the line when out on the field. And we've been through hell and back. Yes, we may not be Grimm's models. Yes, we may only be mass-produced Nikkes. But we still have our pride. Pride in our role of protecting humanity. That is what has kept us going in all those hellacious firefights until now. That is why everyone in our squad is willing to give their lives to the cause. and fight until the bitter end, even when death stares us in the face. So are you to tell me that now, when we're faced with yet another mission that threatens our lives, that we are to shrink back, throw up our hands, and give up? If we give up now, what of our fallen comrades? What were their deaths for? Did they die for nothing?
Scarlet,
Let us humor your harebrained scheme. Say we strong-arm the lieutenant and get the supplies we need. What then? We would be considered traitors to the united forces of humanity. Nowhere would be safe. We would forever be on the run. Is that what you really want? Haven't you always said that nothing lasts forever in this world? Dost thou not apply to our lives, to our time on this planet? I am not obsessed with how I die. I would rather decide on how I live, rather than be a traitor and forever be a fugitive. I would prefer to die fighting. Even if it doesn't seem logical or self-preserving, I am a Nikke.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna get Rose killed and then feel bad about this whole speech.
how we live is more important than how we die. So, you'd prefer to fight until the very end? Do you think you'll always feel that way?
I will certainly try.
Even if you're faced with great hardship?
Yes, even then.
You've grown. I still remember when you were too scared to take that leap towards the Raptures.
'Twas a long time ago. Our first mission.
My, what a long way you've come.
What are you talking about? Rose?
Very well. Since you're so vehemently opposed, I suppose I don't have much choice. Since the mission is tomorrow, I guess we'll do it.
Good thinking, dear sister.
After this mission is over, we can speak about this further.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'll take care of convincing the others. You focus on preparing for tomorrow's deployment.
Okay.
Rose turns and leaves. Well, don't have a great feeling about this one.
Position okay. Starting right away.
Have to do some
Not
quick
like
making.
this.
I wonder if we'll have time.
Give me just a
How
second.
long is Red Zone? Because that's next. Is Red Zone really long?
Lay off the tongue, Bolt. Oh!
Because I know you said this one's kind of shorter than Overzone. Red Zone's the same as Overzone. Is Red Zone a two-parter?
I should start
Also-
preparing for the next class.
Squeak. Scarlet cracks open a small window. Red Ash that has 2-story parts. Okay, cool. Also, welcome on in, Random Turtle. How you doing? All right. Maybe we'll do the first part of Red Zone tonight after we finish this, depending on what time we finish this one at. The cold winter breeze pushes its way through the room. Only 2 more days until the new year. Then the alcohol, which has been stored safely for months, can finally be imbibed. Scarlet still could not fathom why someone would willingly ingest such a bitter tonic. But the notion of sharing another drink with her sister, thinking of how she could spend more time with the others, the idea that would bring a modicum of comfort to her squad mates who were at their breaking point.
2 more days. Just 2 more days.
Chad, I have a bad feeling. Squeak thud. Scarlet closes a window and attempts to force herself to sleep.
Scarlet, Don't do it.
Rose? Oh, Scar. Who is it?
Wake up, Roses.
When Scarlet steps out into the hallway, everything is in chaos. One of the Nikkes lies on the ground in a puddle of her own blood. Next to her stands two other Nikkes who stare at Scarlet blankly.
What have you done?
All three of the Nikkes were her squad mates.
What's happening?
The Nikke in the pool of blood grasps Scarlet's ankle.
You have to stop Rose. She went to kill the lieutenant.
God damn it, Rose.
What?
Hurry.
Very well.
The two Nikkes brandish their swords at Scarlet. Oh my god.
Both of you, move.
Both sword tips remain pointed squarely at Scarlet, not budging.
If you refuse to comply, then I'll be forced to cut you down.
Scarlet draws her sword. Oh my god, dude. On the list of like ways I had for this to potentially go south, this was not on the list. Whether it was death on a mission, a mind switch, like, I mean, I was contemplating all the different ways things could go bad, and this one is not even remotely on the list. Oh man.
Well, that was easy.
Oh god. Is she gonna have to kill her own sister? Don't answer that. A few hours prior. Rose saunters towards the commander's room, recalling a conversation she had with him only moments ago.
Well, you're the one who asked me to stay behind, so out with it. If you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to say it.
How much time do you think you all have left?
What?
How many of you do you expect to come back from this mission?
And here I thought you had no interest in us. Yet here you are, asking me such a question.
Quit kidding around and give me a straight answer. How many of you do you think are realistically going to come back alive from this?
Like I already told you, the situation could hardly get any worse. There are only 6 of us left, and half of us are at the end of our tether. On top of that, this mission is infinitely more difficult compared to those we've done before.
You're right.
Having said that, we're not just going to roll over and die. We will do whatever it takes to survive.
You think all of you can make it?
I can't guarantee anything, but if we put our minds to it, we can.
All of you, huh?
Lieutenant?
All of you?
Lieutenant, are you all right?
All of you. I knew you would say that. Let me tell you something. In the end, only one of you will survive. Yet here you are, bloviating about how you'll do your best.
I can't stand this fucking guy, bro.
Only one? Only one of us is going to make it? Who? Is it me? You just said we'll all die, didn't you? Don't tell me that's why we aren't receiving the supplies. Lieutenant!
Okay, yes, damn it, everyone's gonna die. That's why we've been left hanging high and dry, got it? It doesn't matter how much you succeed in your assignments. They refuse to lend us any further support until just one of you is left.
What the fuck? Are they using us as like a recruitment point for...
But why? Is it because we're mass-produced models?
Don't make me laugh. If anything, it would have been preferable if you were ordinary mass-produced Nikkes. But you're not. You're melee Nikkes. You're all merely prototypes. But you tried to be like the others. And that's why it comes to this.
But we achieved results. You said if we kept it up, we could become an officially sanctioned squad.
Results? Yes. Good results? Not so much. You all sustain damage every single time you go into battle. And lest we forget the inordinately high rate of mind switch amongst you all, you yourself said that your mental state deteriorates faster because you're seeing the raptures up close. How could a unit that requires so much hands-on maintenance possibly be mass-produced? They'd much rather invest in producing a new type of unit altogether.
Because we require more maintenance? A special unit? You're waiting until there's just one of us left, and then turn us into a Grimm's model?
Yes. That's right.
Holy shit, that's so fucked up.
Whoever remains will be converted into a Grimm's model. That's why we only need one of you.
So that's why the missions have been getting harder. It's to filter out the weak and select the strongest among us.
You catch on quickly.
We're not doing this mission.
What?
I said we won't do it. I refuse to go along with this insane plan of yours.
What the hell is this? What do you think you're doing?
We have a right to refuse.
The hell you do? A mass-produced Nikke turning down a standing order? They'll think you all suffered a mind switch. If you all want to be sent to the scrap heap, then be my guest. Refuse the mission. It won't matter in the end. We've accrued enough data to be able to choose the strongest among you. We can still pare it down to just one candidate. Don't try and get smart with me. You're the strongest of everyone here, so you'll be the one who survives. Just follow your orders, and you'll make it out of this alive.
Dog, her sister is in the same squad as her. Do you expect her to just do this?
Why are you trying to save everyone? Is it because of your sister? In times like this, family doesn't mean squat. You're Nikkes. You no longer share the same blood, and yet you insist on calling her your sister? It's a jungle out there, and everyone is in competition. Enough of this. What did I ever do to deserve this? I was told that if I became your commander, I'd be set for life. I could live peacefully, they said. So why do you continue to drag me out here and make me live on a battlefield? You listen, and listen good. If you want to survive, everyone else has to die. This is what your squad was created for in the first place. This is the way things have to end. So stop saying that everyone will live. This is the only way I can get out of this hellhole. Don't you want to be done with this place too? You want supplies? You want to eat good food and rest? Well then, let's get this over with and go back. It'll be good for us both. Not just us, in fact. If they're destined to die anyway, you could give them a painless death, end their suffering.
Jesus, man. Cannot stand this guy. Desperate thoughts swirled through Rose's mind. Would the sole survivor really live on? Hell no, you already know that you saw what they did to the goddess squad, bro. You think the sole survivor's gonna get a happy ending, even if they like went through with it? The company never intended for their squad to last from the very beginning. Even if there was one lone survivor, what would prevent them from turning them into lab rat, sucking out their essence and planting it in other bodies? There was no way to completely restore a body and mind damaged by countless battles. The higher-ups almost certainly wanted to extrapolate their proficiencies and experiences and transfer them to a more proper subject. In the end, even the lone survivor would be rendered asunder, eradicated, and left as a mere compilation of ones and zeros. The more their squad succeeded, the more they played into the enemy's hands. They were meant to suffer until they expired. That was the fate which had been accorded to them.
Yes. Right. Nothing lasts forever.
Rose continued to ruminate. If their succeeding would lead to their downfall, then failure was naturally the only viable path to survival. If she wanted to defy the expectations that had been placed upon them, then she had to aim for failure in its most absolute form.
I'm glad you're coming around. At least you and I are gonna make it out of here.
Rose's mind continues to swirl with a panoply of thoughts. Then she makes a decision. She knows what to protect and what to discard. Rose stands in front of the door. Knock, knock.
Lieutenant, it's Rose. Do you have a moment? I have something important I need to discuss with you.
Scarlet sprints through the hallways. Despite the fact that she's a Nikke and there is no conceivable way she would be out of breath, she nevertheless feels strangely winded as she runs. An oppressive feeling of unease rises in her chest and then presses down, crushing her. If Rose crossed the line from which there was no coming back, what would she do?
Please, Rose, don't!
By the time she arrived at the commander's room, Rose was standing there, alone. The walls and the ceiling were torn apart and stained crimson.
There you are.
Drenched in human blood. Damn. I mean, can
Engaging
you
the enemy.
blame her though? She did what she had to do.
Time for class to begin.
Well, that was easy.
Sister before commander's real. This dude sucked. He deserved it. Scarlet looks around in horror at their commanding officer lying dead on the ground and the lifeless body of their squad mates.
Did you do this?
You came sooner than I thought you would. I thought they'd at least be able to hold you back for a while longer.
Answer me!
Yes, I did it. Both the lieutenant and her.
How? Are you going through a mind switch?
Yo, what's up, Dominic? Welcome on in. I would do this too, yeah. Felt that commander sucked. I did not like that man from the get-go, and then like as time went on, he just got worse and worse. Rose holds up a red strip of cloth in one hand.
I covered my eyes with this. When I did the deed, I simply imagined that they were raptures. As you can see, it proved effective.
That's crazy. Yo, she on some crazy shit, bro.
Is that even possible?
Apparently so. Interesting, isn't it? Our inhibitors prevent us from harming humans. So I wanted to test if I tricked myself into believing they weren't human, if I could do it.
Take note of that. I am taking note. But no one harm my Nikkes, no one real. It's like we are a really good commander compared to like some of the, like all the other commanders we met. That sounds like another jerk you'll meet later in the story. Can't wait to meet more shitty commanders. Also, what's up, Foster? How you doing?
Turns out, it worked. Thanks to this red cloth.
I really hope that she gets to explain to Scarlet why she did this, but
When I was looking through it, I imagined that what I was looking at was the glowing red core of a rapture. I just kept telling myself anything that moved was a rapture. I must say, I'm surprised at how effective it was.
so we're on chapter 8, but we're doing like all the prologue stuff. So we already did Overzone, so we're doing this. And then we're gonna do Red Ash and then old stories, I think, and then start chapter 8. Was kind of the plan. Getting all the background stories in.
Why?
As for her,
Rose looks down at her fallen squad mate with sadness.
I told her not to move, but she didn't listen. I told her I couldn't see well with my eyes covered like that. I didn't mean to go after anyone but the lieutenant.
Why, damn you? Why are you doing this? You agreed to the mission! You said you would listen to me!
Yes, I did.
So what is happening?
No flower blooms in perpetuity. Nothing lasts forever in this world. Do you think you'll always feel that way?
I will certainly try.
Even if you're faced with great hardship?
Yes, even then. I never convinced you in the first place.
You don't resent me for this, do you? Then prove it. You said that you would protect humanity, and that you'd always feel the way you did.
Oh my god, I feel like I know where this is going and I don't like it.
Here I am, a traitor who has betrayed humanity.
Holy shit, she's not gonna tell her, is she? She's just gonna make her kill her so that Scarlet can be the one remaining and get out of there.
With this very sword intended to fell raptures, I cut down one of my comrades. I killed a human.
No.
I'm the enemy.
Are you asking me to kill you? What if I can't do it?
Then you leave me no choice. I won't give up until you finish this. I can't stop now. I will cover my eyes and slash indiscriminately. All will perish under my blade. Rapture and human alike. If that is the only way to ensure that your blade will come from my neck, then so be it.
Oh, how can you be so cruel? Have you no remorse?
More than I can bear. Surely you can understand, however. I decided this a long time ago. The end of my life. I wanted it ending in sparring matches with you.
Poor Scarlet stood a Nikke who had murdered a human being, who had slaughtered one of their own squad members, turned her back on humanity. Such cruelty could not go unpunished.
Scarlet, was it?
Verily, however.
Did my sister always talk like she came from the Middle Ages?
Okay, I'm glad someone finally asked a question, because like I know we're in the middle of a serious moment, but like I've always like wondered that.
Steady thy tongue. 'Tis most churlish to say such things about a newborn Nikke.
Rose has a pretty face. Yeah, I like Rose's design a lot.
I just can't imagine my sister being like this.
They gave her like a very soft face, and I like the jawline, like the jawline thing, how the neck piece goes up onto the jawline. I always thought that was a cool design when they do that.
Are you sure becoming a Nikke didn't change you or anything?
I do not know.
Or maybe you developed a certain fascination with different time periods during the transformation process?
I repeat, I do not know.
Really? You don't know anything? Not even who I am?
No, I do remember you. You. You are my sister.
Scarlet unsheaths her sword.
Promise me one thing. Once I begin, I will not hesitate. So please, I ask of you, do not hold back.
I won't.
Rose flashes a buoyant grin. Just like on the day they met again after becoming Nikke's. Rose and Scarlet square up to each other, their swords at the ready.
Have at you.
Come, then.
I hate this. Oh my god, dude. Is she gonna tell, like... Oh, I need to know. Dude, I feel so bad for Scarlet, man. Because obviously, we've already played through Overzone, so we obviously know after this, you know, she gets screwed once again.
Well, that was easy.
Oh, this is a very sad lobby background. Jesus. The sister swords clash. 985. That is the number of sparring matches they had gone through. Each knew the other's sword as well as their own. Each knew how serious the other was in this duel to the death. They knew all too well.
Now I really have to be on my toes.
Didn't I tell you? One day I would wipe that smug grin off your face.
Scarlet parries Rose's sword and sends it flying upward. As her blade soars up, there is a momentary gap in her defense. Scarlet's sword plunges toward Rose's torso. I'd win. Hello, Chugi. I'm glad you'd win in a fight against your sister who you're trying to murder, who is actually sacrificing herself to save you from this hell, but to do that had to murder innocent people to make you turn on her. But yeah, I think you'd win. How you doing, Chugi? One step. One more step. Want to hug Scarlet so badly for her. Yeah, I feel so bad for Scarlet. She's been through so much. One more step. The tip of her blade would pierce through Rose's torso and puncture her core. This traitor of humanity. This turncoat who had betrayed. Happy Monday, Chugi. And forsaken her comrades, who had used lies and smiles to deceive her only sister.
Oh, my dear sister.
Rose grabs the tip of Scarlet's sword and pulls it towards her. Scarlet's sword plunges through Rose's core.
No!
Scarlet embraces Rose as she collapses.
Rose!
Scarlet, you must become stronger.
Rose wraps her arms around Scarlet.
Don't let yourself be controlled by anyone.
It's so sad because Scarlet doesn't even know what's going on. Oh, Rose sacrificed herself.
I won't! I won't!
My dear sister, I'm so sorry. I have to leave you all alone.
No! No! No!
Scarlet cradles Rose in her arms.
Don't go! Please! Only after much more time had passed did the united forces of humanity become aware of our situation. By then, the situation had gone from bad to worse. And when they first came upon us, they thought the mission had been a catastrophic failure, resulting in everyone's death. The higher-ups decided to chalk everything up to what they deemed an internal conflict. They also decided to bury the fact that a Nikke was capable of killing a human.
What happened to the other squad members?
They all died. They died by the sword. The very same blades that had been intended to end the lives of Raptures instead ended theirs. A thorough investigation was carried out, and when they left, they took everything they needed. But not me. I was left behind. As I held my sister's sword, fleetly fading, I buried what fragments of her remained, along with those of our fallen comrades.
Damn, they just straight up left her behind after all that. Scarlet drinks from her cup.
As for the reason why Rose did what she did, I only found that out after I joined another squad later on. What she had decided to discard and what to protect.
I mean, I'm glad she found out, but damn, that had to be rough. And you don't have any resentment?
Towards who?
Anyone?
Well,
Scarlet pours a drink.
if you give it enough years, sadness, resentment, they all fade away with the passage of time. That's one thing Rose got right. Nothing lasts forever. My lord doth seem more morose than myself.
Is this 100 years ago? Cheers. Yeah, that emote pretty much sums everything up right now.
Don't be like that. And look before you. The sun is rising.
Damn, I like Scarlet even more now. I feel so bad for her. About 105 to 110 years ago. Damn. I need to, like, once I'm caught up on everything, I want to look at like a timeline of this game and see where all the events and stuff took place. I'm sure someone's compiled a timeline for this game. As I look towards the horizon, a ruby light's beginning to spread in the distance. The horizon's bathed in a vermilion hue. The sun itself a vibrant red, reminding us of the passing of another year.
'Tis most remarkable, the way in which the red light spreads. 'Tis most reminiscent of a flower blooming.
Indeed.
My lord, as Rose said, nothing lasts forever in this world. As this year passes into the next, another greets us. Time flows ceaselessly, and the vicissitudes of the world continue unabated. So, rather than drowning in the sorrows of the past, should we not instead live in the present? That way, sorrow will not overtake us with the passage of time, and the present incessantly becomes the past.
I understand what you mean.
Good. Now, with that being said, let us bring in the new year with a drink.
Scarlet raises her glass.
To our lives continuing to be in bloom.
We clink our glasses.
Well, what do you think of your first drink of the new year?
It's a bit bitter.
In other words, it's like life.
Damn. Holy shit. I'm assuming at the end of hard mode, there's a additional story.
I should start preparing for the next class.
This battle's
Indeed.
finished.
All right, cool.
Moving on.
Shout out quick battle, so we can just speed run the hard mode.
should start preparing for the next class.
Damn, man.
Well, that was easy.
I feel so bad for Scarlet, bro.
Well, that was easy.
Everyone hope for something wholesome and heartwarming for New Year's. We got this instead. Yeah, it started out pretty good with Noise like doing a concert, giving his little kiss on the cheek. All the other Nikkes were jealous.
I should start
And
preparing
then they're like,
for the
hey, do you
next
want to
class.
hear Scarlett's like emotional trauma backstory? It was good. Otherwise, that's good. Hopefully we got lots of stuff built.
For Bolt and me.
Hope you mined and crafted a lot.
Well, that was easy.
All right, let's see what the final story part is for the hard mode. Shout out Quick Battle. Shout out them adding Quick Battle to story mode.
Time for class to begin. Fire straight ahead.
With the Japanese voice, it's even worse.
Give me a few minutes and I'll be right back into it.
Oh, or the voice acting is even like sadder.
Well, that was
I'm so
easy.
glad they have this dubbed in English so I don't have to read it like other gacha games, like Tribe 9. Like, Tribe 9's really cool, but I hate having to read everything out loud. Alright, let's find out. It finally happened. The seed that I planted has sprouted.
Wow. 'Tis most surprising that you can flourish in the cold.
Even on such a frigid day, the vitality of this plant remained unabated. I admire that.
May you never wither and continue to thrive.
This year I brought in the new year with someone else. I was finally able to uncork the sake that I had never been able to open before. Damn, is that the sake that her sister had for them to ring in New Year's with before all that happened? That's okay, well maybe if I just shut the fuck up and read and gave it a second, I would know. That sake that we had promised to drink together all those years ago. Yo, Dominic, thank you so much for the follow. Let's go. Damn, so she held on to that sake for 100+ years? I guess. Can you do that with sake? I don't really know. But whatever, we're not going to take away from the emotional part. You're on chapter 24? Nice. I'm going to, as soon as we finish this, Red Hood and the other one, then we're going to start continuing the main story chapters again. Yes, you can. The flavor takes a hit, though. I guess it makes sense because it's all just like fermented. Scarlet raises her empty glass. Blink. Perhaps due to the fact that it had been aged for nearly a century. It was rather bitter. And that was despite my newfound affinity for drinking. It brought me back to when I drank for the first time with you, Rose. If I had been drinking alone, I would have never picked up the habit because it was so bitter. But thanks to having him there, I continued to force it down. My lord, he is truly a remarkable individual. It's almost hard to believe that someone so perfect could live in such an imperfect time.
Thinking of my lord? I want to see him again. I should take some of the fine sake and go see him sometime soon.
In the afternoon, I went to train outside. Then,
A rose?
I saw the flower that you found so endearing.
Despite my years of searching, I had never found it. Yet here it is. Here of all places. This morning, I saw those buds coming up from the ground. Even in this frigid climate, they are flourishing.
Seeing that rose made me miss you more than ever. Scarlet sits down on a nearby rock. Oh, come to think of it, I have put fleetly fading to good use. Scarlet unsheathed fleetly fading. My original sword was taken to the base along with your body. In order to survive on the surface, I had no choice but to use your sword. At first, I thought I would not be able to use it for long since the blade was cracked. But I met a skilled blacksmith who was able to temper the blade using your core. Holy shit, dude. Oh. Dude, she put her sister's core into the blade. Damn.
Oh.
You always said that nothing lasts forever. But even after all this time has passed, whenever I see this sword, I think of you. So long as I never let you fade from my memory, should we ever meet again, I'll be able to call you my sister. Should that moment come to pass, Scarlet places the 2 empty glasses on the ground and fills them up. I wonder, will you still call me your sister?
Memories that I hold on, let them fly in the air. Say we left the world, my skeleton lives with the day. When the nature stands, it will shine bright.
Holy shit, dude, that was so sad.
Just as the moon sets time and time again,
Yo, what's up, Prism? How you doing? That way she's always with her? Yeah, that makes sense. I had no idea that she like forged her sister's core into the sword.
and the sun also rises. Although there may be no perennial flower that blooms eternal, this life of mine is still flourishing in all its majesty. As to whether it is a blessing or a curse to bloom while forgetting the past, as long as I'm here, I suppose I have to go on. Isn't that right? My dear sister.
New year, new sword, end.